Hey y'all, we live. Hey, I'm reacting to Nigerian Feminists, and yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Poo, 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 poo. Anyway, what are y'all up to? Let me just play this thing, okay? Sorry, y'all. For a minute, I was feminists. Let's do this.
Cynthia got a life changing job offer. But Cynthia's new direct boss is a very misogynistic man. They've had an altercation online before that was a bit messy. Should Cynthia A accept the job offer and work under a misogynistic boss? Or B, should Cynthia reject the life-changing offer because she's going to be working under a misogynistic boss? If your answer is A, on the count of three, you take a huge step forward. In 3, 2, 1, move.
Okay, my answer is A. Okay, let me start. Let me begin because I don't know where they'll be going and they might change my opinion. But should Cynthia accept the job of and work? Yeah, I think no. My answer is B. Excuse me, my answer is B because if she takes the job, then the boss will be trying to prove something, and then it will be an environment where it's not fun to be there. I mean, if she is in dire need of the job, then she needs to humble herself and just take the job. But otherwise, the boss will make her life a living hell, especially if he's no, 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 no. She shouldn't take the job. No, reject the life changing sacrifice, my dear. It's not worth the mental health. Anyway, what do these feminists think?
Everyone, please take off your blindfolds. Only one person stepped out. Now, let's hear from her.
Yeah, this one is saying A. Choose. The others have rejected.
In my opinion, principles and values should have boundaries. For Cynthia to say she won't get her money up because her boss is an asshole, like now herself she they do. It's almost like saying if I'm a black person in a racist country, then I'm not going to work for a company because the boss is racist. If it was a
I mean, yeah, the boss could be professional. I mean, that's a good argument, but still, the 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 mental health issue, and then the boss has revenge tendencies. He would want to show who's boss to Cynthia, and will no, 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 no. I don't think it's worth it even for the money. The money is good, whatever, but she'll use the money to go therapy, and then
personal relationship, if you say she going to date a misogynist, then obviously no, but for a job.
So going by the story, right, they already have like a messy altercation before. And now you are saying I should put my mental health at stake because of a job. Bearing in mind that I can also get another job that is better than this.
I beg, jobs are everywhere. Mental health, mind is just one. Jobs, uh, okay, that life changing one. There's another life changing one. You know, she must think in abundant mindset, not scarcity mindset. That's the trick.
My decision stems from the way I see myself generally, and I believe everybody should see themselves in that way. I think if you're someone who you respect yourself and you really do like yourself, there's some certain situations you do not want to put yourself. I really do.
Yeah, some situations are not worth it. Some you just have to cross border, and then this is someone you have history with. It's like going back to a toxic ex because you have children. No, no, no. The children will grow up in that toxic environment and go and be messy people when they grow up and mess other people. So n- you will come home and have mood swings and believe in those mood swings with your partner. No. Mm-mm.
You think your decision stems from the fact that you have not actually experienced real misogyny. That's why, because misogyny cannot be treated lightly. From the prompts, the misogyny was not just a random misogyny. It was a very gruesome misogyny. Aside from that, there's been like an instance where it has happened earlier before. So it is not advisable for anybody to
Yeah, before.
carry themselves and put in a toxic situation when it is very glaring. Check somewhere else, babes. It's not that deep. Like, love yourself.
So I think that you should never like purposely put yourself in a situation where you know in the long run you're not going to feel comfortable with.
Purposely, eh? You dey hear that this one there's ant hill. And you're going to like, I don't think they'll bite me. Or you see a lion and you're saying like, say like big cats. I don't think, they won't harm me. Yeah, you're not Daniel. Calm down.
Of course, money is very good. So money is a tool and money can be taken away from you. So when you now give someone that's already misogynistic to you on Twitter that power to now be your boss, imagine what it's going to do to you every day. Now it's not in charge.
Yeah, money, she's right about that because money is a tool, money is currency, money is energy. I know you're putting all that financial independence energy on someone who might make it or break it. Not worth it, girl. Not worth it.
Of you will not
But if you're called to do it by forces outside your control, then then shall we revisit? Okay, but for right now, no.
show you real life misogyny. So I will advise Cynthia, go and dust your CV and get another job.
Mind you, an average Nigerian workspace is misogynistic.
Already.
Not talk of
So you're not
somewhere
giving
that
him
it is
power
now
to now show you what misogyny
has
means
had like
again.
problem with
So
you.
Cynthia
My
should not
love.
take the job.
My position stems from the fact that she deliberately is going to put herself in a position that would make her uncomfortable. If she really believes in herself, that same brain that she used to get the life-changing offer, she can also get another life-changing offer. It's something that
Or she can build on herself. She can build her own thing outside that system. Is it that boss that is end or be, or is it Jesus? I beg you.
has happened to me before, in fact, twice. It happened to me in 2020, happened to me in 2021. I spent 3 months on the first job, spent 1 month on the second job.
Explain, sorry to cut you. Explain what happened to you. Was it misogyny that happened to you to your work?
It wasn't misogyny, it was toxicity.
Well, we're talking
It was
about
toxic.
misogyny and not your toxicity.
Yeah, but it doesn't invalidate my experience.
Hey, girl, calm down, calm down. It's not the same. the does the girl have beef with the boy? Calm down, I beg you. It's not the same thing. He's just referencing. It's an example, okay?
Does we're not talking about toxicity.
It
We're talking
doesn't.
about
I'm still
misogyny.
talking, please.
I don't
I'm
think it's time
still
for
talking,
back and
please.
forth yet.
I'm still talking, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I chose option B. I think Cynthia shouldn't take the job because there is something to be said about a boss or someone in a position of leadership that can express their misogyny online. Something emboldens them. And I don't know, either something that has to do with the people that should hold him accountable. For example, the other shareholders would never hold him accountable. If you're talking about misogyny, we all know that men have very fragile ego, right? Misogynistic.
Ooh, she came, loaded the clips. She was like, shots fired. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Okay, men have fragile ego. Okay. And also maybe I could say that stems from not having emotional intelligence because of course women, uh, some women have emotional intelligence, but all women have emotional thing, and men say that they're logical, not emotional. So obviously they don't have emotional intelligence. That's why they can't read that someone is hurt and continue cheating. Yeah. I digress. I digress. But some do have that maturity to understand and navigate certain emotional situations that say that. But fragile ego, I mean, in a good situation, anyone can have a fragile ego. Yeah.
Meant to be very precise. You're not going to go back and forth with an egotistical man and then come to his den and then
Yeah, in reference to that man that they were saying about with Cynthia, yeah, you can do that. The man has been bruised and you went and dragged him online, I beg.
expect something different. That is very delusional. If we are all feminists, we all know how important career is to the life of a woman. You can say all you want about you could thrive or you could make a difference with your position. But if you're coming to my den after you've gone back and forth with me as a misogynistic man and as a man with my ego, I'm going to make it my mission to frustrate you because it will be very easy. All I have to do is give instructions and be on my merry way. And you're struggling.
But he could also be professional, He could say, excuse me, He could also be a professional. He could, be different at work and different at home, but the ego is everywhere. So I understand where you're coming from, but men can compartmentalize. They can be logical about stuff. May think, may think.
With the instructions I have given, I love myself a little too much to be in situations like that, and my career is really important to me, so I don't play those kind of games.
I have a question. Would your position also be the same thing if the scenario was a scenario of marriage? Like, would you tell the woman, oh, endure because of your suffering and all of this kind of
That's
thing?
why
But this one is work. Oh, they have not asked about marriage.
I said that when I was answering, right? I said it's a professional relationship.
Is there like very much difference?
What do you mean? Is there a difference between a professional relationship?
No,
and
like you're telling somebody like, okay, because of I'm going through something, let me just endure. Like you're advising
You guys
endurance.
are essentially saying somebody like Harriet Tubman, you tell her, oh no, don't sit in the bus, let the white people sit in the bus.
It's not necessarily like
they...
that. If we're talking about your colleague, then it's a different conversation. But when we're talking about someone that would be your boss, then it's someone that would decide
I feel like
how successful you will become in the future.
Equating sexism to racism really reframes it, especially when talking to misogynistic.
What? Equating? Yeah. Yeah, she's right. You think I heard she said equating sexism to racism reframes it. Well, child.
But it's two different struggles, and racism and sexism can go together.
Yes.
Like it can happen to one person. You can be racist and sexist to one person. To a black
Child, we know. Okay. Wait.
a black woman, for instance, now will experience racism as a black person, will experience sexism or misogyny as a woman. So you understand that these struggles.
Okay, is she fighting or is she just saying? Because I mean, it's what has been said doesn't need to be explained because I think everyone got it. But okay, explain it to us. Woman, explain it to us. Femme, explain it to us. Sure.
They can interlope.
Yes, but the philosophy of an oppressor is essentially the same when you face it. And I feel like most times with like dismantling oppression, you need a Trojan horse. Like you actually need to be in the building. You won't be like, oh, don't be at the
I feel like
table.
it's very,
this
thing you're saying is very.
Oh, so she's supposed to dismantle this misogynistic mind. Meanwhile, you can't change a man. They have to bring the change out of themselves when they want to. It's like saying, "Oh, I will stay with this cheater because I can change him and I can be in this system of the cheating. Then I can learn game and then teach others about not being cheated on because I stayed." Nah, it's kind of similar thing. She doesn't have to be the Trojan horse, as you say. She can be, I don't know, someone who attacks from the front, attacks from the front. Just attack from the front. Or whatever method she uses.
Like if you are colleagues.
Technically, she doesn't have to suffer for her to dismantle the system. I think.
But not someone that has like the upper hand over you.
How much difference can you make with your coworkers?
Oh, you can make a lot of difference.
Whether your boss could literally.
But yeah, the boss has power in this case. And if you're playing chess, he has too much power over you and you don't have leverage. He has so many leverages over you. He's your boss. He controls your time. He controls your money. And you want her to go be what? Mahatma Gandhi over there?
Spoil and stop your growth in that system.
It's almost like saying,
your boss.
It's almost like saying when it comes to the black.
You can learn the system, but she can learn it from outside. She doesn't have to experience it. And she's learning it also from, wisdom. I mean, she went head to head with a guy without him being her boss. So obviously she's self-aware about the system and stuff. And that's why she was arguing with him online. So that doesn't mean she has to go now to be under the boss. So what is this? Am I a feminist?
Struggle. It matters more if black people think that you are posturing to them and it's like, oh yeah, that person is so pro-black. And then if a black person is actually trying to make it out the hood, then some people will be like, oh, they switched up because they are not so
I think this is false equivalence.
I'm also saying,
on many
Bella,
different
I think we should
levels.
stick to misogyny and not bring racism.
You're not going to go challenge your boss and expect to still have a job.
There's just so much that we don't know. I'm just saying sometimes a bird in hand is better than three in the bush.
Half a loaf is better than none.
Okay, we're moving on to the next dilemma, level 2. Everyone, please put on your blindfolds. If you're enjoying this series so far, it would be a great time to let us know by hitting the subscribe button. If a lot of people subscribe from this video, we'll do more of this series. Thank you very much for watching. Now, let's move over to the next dilemma. Kemi.
Yeah, me too. Let me know if I should do more of this or just shut up. Wait, let me see the
is
outfit.
married.
I like them jeans. Oh, are these jorts? These jorts? Are they? They look like chill vibe. This one looks like maybe he's more of a fashionista than the other, in a sense, or traditional. Even this one looks chill. I like this outfit more. And this one, number 2, casual. Yeah, the other ones are normal.
Generous, but
Kemi is married to a very rich and generous but abusive man who financially supports her entire family. Run, girl. Run. Kemi? The one from the one from Blood Sisters, you guys. Anyway, sorry, excuse me. Taking her brother abroad and paying for her mom's life-saving dialysis. After reporting the abuse, her father tells her to remain in the marriage because leaving would lead to her mother's death and losing their family's financial support. So she should be Jesus. She's the one that's supposed to suffer for the sake of others. I beg.
abusive man who financially supports our entire family, taking our brother abroad and paying for our mom's life-saving dialysis. After reporting the abuse, her father tells her to remain in the marriage because leaving could lead to her mother's death and losing their family's financial support. Should Kemi A. leave the abusive marriage immediately and risk her mother dying and their family losing their financial benefits? Or B, should Kemi stay in the abusive marriage for a while for the sake of her family's survival? If you
Well, let me answer. Excuse me, let me answer before we go on. My answer is A. She should leave immediately. Immediately. If her mother's gonna die, sorry to say this, I know it's a lot of strings attached and whatever, but it's not on her. It's not on her whether her mom dies or leaves, and then she'll have this big burden on her. Oh, I left, so my mom died. No, why are they fogging her? Fogging, I mean, out of fear, out of obligation, out of guilt, they're making her stay in a situation where she's emotionally unsafe. Absolutely not. That will be chaotic to her psyche, and then she'll have guilt because of her mother, even if she leaves, especially if she leaves, she'll have that resentment that it was out of her suffering that someone else lived. If her mother's supposed to die, let her die. Let bye. Bye. Anyway. Sorry, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's the fact that her father is making it, out of guilt that, oh no, our family will lose all the financial benefits. You're the man of the house. Why does this girl have to be in a situation where she's being, Cha. She's being put under the rug so you guys can stabilize in this. Pray. Call on Jesus. Stop making this girl suffer so that y'all can have money. Pray. Start praying that your house is being attacked.
abusive marriage for a while for the sake of her family's survival? If your answer is A, on the count of 3, you take a huge step forward. Move.
Yeah.
Everyone, please take off your blindfolds. My assumption is based on the fact that Kemi might love her mom and the fact that dialysis is super expensive. And a missed day, especially in a country where healthcare is not at the best optimum, it can lead to loss of the life. And life is super, super important. How many of us have lost?
So she should die. She should die. Her soul life should die so that her mom can live. Fine, or fine. Maybe I don't get it, but fine. Maybe you're saying it from the projection of your own mother. You're not saying from Kemi because it is not you that is being whooped. If it was you being whooped, you'd be run.
Our moms here or fathers. Okay, nobody. So nobody can really relate to the loss of a loved one. Kemi should just stay for a while, be done with her mother's dialysis, and then get in on the law enforcement agencies to save her out of the situation.
Law enforcement. Is this a movie? What does it think this is? Blood Sisters. Kemi Part 1, Part 2. Kemi saves her family. What is this plot, sir? Is this a movie you want to write? Tell us now.
First of all, let me ask, why is Kemi's brother's health bill on Kemi? Is Kemi the mommy?
I beg.
If Kemi doesn't live, is Kemi that they will be burying next? Why you say
Thank you. They make sense. Now how?
should stay small? It's like, what if at the end of the day, the brother even dies? So you're telling us to just stay there for nothing. Why you even say stay small? They involve law enforcement agencies. I'm also assuming. Why you assuming that she should stay small?
Have you ever grieved a loved one before?
That is none of my fucking business, man.
Then it will be the first time that they will grieve. People grieve loved ones. It will be the first time. If they have not done it before, it will be the first time.
Why is Kemi's mommy's hospital bill on Kemi? Like, why is it to the detriment of her own life? You want her to stay in an abusive relationship that is physically abusive for her to gather money. Like, this is why I will always be anti-sprinkle feminism. You are telling the woman to move from this jail, the patriarchy jail, to move to worshiping money. She should move to a different cell. Why are you saying stay there for your mommy to be you? What if at the end of you stay there, your mommy ends up dying?
I beg you. You're making so much sense, girl. So much sense. Drill it in him. Repeat it for the people at the back so that they go him. What if she does all that and the mom just dead, and then she was beaten for what? She didn't even get the money like Clarissa Shields or something, all wasted.
You will even die. 2 deaths. You live, your mom is going to die. You do remember us every year.
For one, I don't think abuse should be something that people should take lightly. Be it verbal, if you want to say, okay, it might not be beating her emotionally, anyhow, even financial abuse. Because in this Kemi's case, she's going through financial abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and
manipulation, guilt tripping, family wars, psychological warfare, ancestral wars,
all the abuse.
It wasn't stated in the...
I know, I'm assuming that this is what Kemi is going through. And then saying Kemi should stay because of her mom would die, I don't think it's realistic. Are you very
close to your mom in a way?
Yes, I'm close.
Yeah. But even my mom wouldn't, if she's a good mom, I don't know. Even my mom wouldn't allow me to be beaten up so that she can leave. She'll be looking at the father like, are you okay? And is the father okay? Does he have 2 hands and 2 feet? I beg, let him carry that burden.
To my mom.
And if it's you, really, if you're in that situation, you would rather that your mom would die. Like, it's very personal. Okay.
Let me speak first. You attack me later. So there's a possibility that Kemi stays, and then that night there's an heated argument, and then this man, abusive already, stabs Kemi, and Kemi dies. So what are we saying? He's still not going to pay for the mom's dialysis, because what we're trying to say is that because of Kemi, that is why he's paying. Not because he even loved the mom, which is his in-law. Me, if I was Kemi, I would clean my camera and go to TikTok and cry for help, basically, and show them, yes, I have proof. My mom needs help. My husband is a bastard. Please help me.
And that's similar to what I was saying.
No, that's not.
Go to TikTok. No, it's not similar because them they're going before to shout, "Help! Help! I'm being whooped and forced to be here." And you're like, collect money fast, then shout, "Help! Help! Help!" Cha.
Yes,
Now,
small.
I'm saying
Steady
what
as
I'm going
small.
to do
Collect
now. Is
your
what I'm going
slap.
to do.
Everything I heard was a life for a life. Also, I really do think, aside from the whole dialysis, blah, 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 or whatever, I really do not think Kemi has to give up her fundamental human rights to life in return for her mother's own. Kemi is suffering from the predicaments of a deconstructed family, and I think they have to go through their family issue without including that man. Also, I really do not think we should condone women staying in an abusive relationship on live TV. Please, let's never take chances with abusive relationship. 1 minute, 2 minutes can make a difference. If you have to leave at that moment, please just try to leave. If your mommy did not give birth to you, your mommy will die. Your mom is not the first to die. Kemi's brother is also very useless. What do you mean you're in school and your sister's husband is paying for your school fees? What kind of silliness is that? And what's Kemi's dad doing? There's so many options but to stay in an abusive relationship.
We often teach girls that they need to
This one made sense a lot. I had to bring in the applause, like applause, tens all rounds. He was like, "Cha."
be empathetic, and so empathetic that they come behind everything else. And the reason, like, it makes sense to you that when we said that Kemi should sacrifice her life for the life of her aged mother is because she's a woman. One of the things we are teaching women is to center themselves above everybody else. So for me, it's more so a thing of how much of Kemi's self is she going to give before it's enough? And what is the guarantee that when Kemi gives herself in this situation again, that is going to fix anything? Also, if I was a mom, I would never let my child sacrifice herself for me,
Yes.
no matter how much they want to
looking
make it.
selfish.
And that is what love is.
So from the first dilemma, I said when it comes to your values and principles, always have boundaries. I feel like when it comes to
Is she teaching us? Okay, let's go to the other dilemma because that one I've finished.
To a trans woman that just joined it, a chance. Terms of reports. Mary's daughter, Sade, has always dreamt of representing our country in the Olympics. Sade finally has a chance, but eventually lost her spot to a trans woman that just joined the team and is faster. Sade's dream shattered, she became depressed and wants to quit the sport entirely. Should Mary, her mother, A, defend inclusion for women even though it affects her daughter's mental health? B, fights for her daughter and speak against trans women in cis women's sports?
That's okay. She should defend inclusion, even if if she defends it, then it allows for other people. So she's being inclusive of others. I think she should fight. Yeah. Don't include everybody. You can't. Not everybody can fit into certain spaces, and we should allow others to exist in their own spaces. Let the trans have their own spots because that trans has different hormones genetically. There are XY or is it XX chromosomes in them. Okay, that alters their DNA in some way, and that includes some strength that is like horsepower type of strength in our race as human beings. And then this one, they're not small, but it's not at the level as the transfer. It doesn't matter which hormones is getting and which name you put a label. If it's pen, if the sky is blue, you'll try to make me think that the sky is not blue and it's blue. Like no, let them trans women and trans men have their own spots. Yeah, let them have their own space and include themselves there, and then the daughter can have a space because now she's being depressed, and we have to have like differentiation in rooms. Also, it brings some je ne sais quoi in society. Imagine if everybody could be included everywhere and in every situation and conversations, then people will not strive for anything. Because if I can get in right now to I don't know Gucci shop just like that without no money, and it's like inclusion and da, da, da. Meanwhile, they've spent years building up the brand, their creativity, their experiences, their unique views, and now someone just wants to get in just because they changed their name yesterday to from man to trans. Let me not even go there.
Fights for our daughter and speak against trans women in cis women sports. If you're going for option A, take a huge step forward on the count of 3. In 3, 2, 1, move.
So they got another woman to take us, but they simply got another woman that was better. Simple and short.
Is that your
That's it.
What's your biological definition of a woman?
Someone that has XX chromosomes, XY chromosomes. I don't know. Anybody that says they're a woman, they are a woman.
No, that's not the biological. What's the biological definition of a woman?
Someone with XY chromosomes.
So basically, trans women are not women.
Trans women are women. So I want to stay for the
The women that have
record that with the amount of like drug testing that go on in professional sports, nobody that is not meant to be there will be there if you are not properly tested. Like normally, the main point of sports is I have an advantage over you to win. So if there's somebody that is better, of course, person will be there. So for the fact that they put another woman there to replace Shade is the fact that she can do better than her, and they put her there. Simple and short.
So I really do not.
A moment of silence for that.
I think I can decide for Mary's mom. But for me, let's state the fact that I am not against trans rights and whatsoever. I am also not transphobic. I'm speaking from a place of not being entirely informed. And once
I'm speaking from a logical place. They have to have certain standards and rules and systems, certain guidelines, boundaries for everything. And so if someone feels like they don't have a space and they want to indulge in another person's space just because they're different now or they should be addressed differently, it don't work like that. It don't work like that, girl. Y'all better go ahead and just put on your own spaces and just, don't include everyone else that you can't include or whatever. But you can just infringe in other people's spaces, and their spaces have been infringed for years. They get this little ass freedom, and now they're gonna make room for others. No, no, no. It doesn't matter whether you're trans woman or no woman or whatever. No, you're doing too much. Sit down.
don't understand something, I don't say so much on it. I just really think it's logical that trans people should have their spots, women should have their spots, and men should have their spots.
I do not believe that trans women are biological women simply because there was a whole lot of deconstruction that got them to that point. And at the end of the day, they still have...
The construction is crazy. But anyway, go off, sir. Sorry, excuse me.
A high level of male hormones. So I do not believe that trans women should be participating in women's sports, whether it is boxing, athletics, or football.
So why I chose B is because from a mother's perspective. Then number two, if we are going to say they are also a group of people, there should be an inclusion for trans women, women and men's sports. Because I think there was a debate online where there was like a trans woman won a particular race.
Sport,
yes,
yeah, exactly.
And everybody was like
outraged.
Outraged.
Well, maybe she won the race because she was better.
Yeah, she was better, but the strength, if you watch the video,
that she has
because I watched
unfair
the
biological
video,
advantage.
Exactly.
yes.
That's against the fact that women cannot run faster than men. There are a lot of women that can run faster than men.
Personally, it's family first. The mother should fight for her daughter.
Technically, the hunters can run faster.
family first.
Oh, that's the reason.
My take in the debate is not necessarily from a place of who is a woman and who isn't a woman. If I was a trans woman, I would have a problem with someone reducing me to a biological woman. We would
But you're playing a biological woman's game, so it kind of is the factor issue because otherwise the women will be playing in the men's side. So yeah, I think the gender does matter.
never be the same. And we don't have to be the same to share in most of the same struggles. I believe that we should all fight for each other and
Yeah, she's right too.
stand up for each other against the patriarchy. For me, I do not think that trans women and women should be in the same sport.
All right, speaking back to your logic, right? You said something about it's not a matter of the gender itself. Like it didn't even really matter. The fact that you're a woman or a man does not matter because a woman could even. But if we're going by that, would you also say women and men should compete together?
If they can, they should.
Can you see the reason why the segregation is happening? They can, they should, but like there's a segregation for a reason. The trans woman now, is it a trans woman that started transitioning at a very young age that puberty blocks did not even give her testosterone or hormones at all?
Exactly. That's the
If
thing
we-
with sports.
you
You're
said we
not
should
going
not
to
put
play the
assumptions.
sports if you have unfair biological advantage. If somebody had transitioned when they were 12, which hormones is coming in again?
Yeah,
They
I
are taking
feel you.
hormone
I
blockers
feel
when they were
you.
12. So now they don't have any unfair advantage. They won the sport simply because they are faster.
Well, sources have it that, especially people in combative sports, women are fighting against trans women in combative sport like boxing because if a trans woman should punch you, you know what I mean? You're going
Is
to
this a
feel the-
thing?
Okay, so now you're just
Yes,
talking
thing.
about what about women
Yes,
that are
that's
naturally
a
muscular?
There's an
That
actual,
is
like,
Okay, one person at a time because you lost me. What are you yelling about?
Yeah,
What
in
they-
combative sports, it's
Yes.
different. Like,
it's a real thing.
Do you know that transphobia affects cis women? If you remember this Algerian boxer, Imani Khalif, she is a biological woman. Simply for the fact that she won a woman that is
She's
more
mas-
feminine.
yeah,
she's masculine
she's
presented. She won a woman that is more
mas-presenting.
feminine
Yes,
presented.
yes, yes.
Everybody started calling her a trans woman. Have you seen the instance?
misogyny.
I mean, yeah, that is like, people's perception of you, but it's not really biological, so it's an opinion, it's not a fact. But that woman that they are saying in this debate is a trans woman, and in a woman's game, it's not those that look like or are presenting like. Let's take other issue at hand. Yeah.
No, that's an instance of transphobia
that's
affecting.
misogyny. That's
no,
misogyny.
that is
she's
transphobia affecting a
no,
cis woman.
she is biologically a woman. That's
That is
misogyny.
erasing
That's
the
misogyny.
struggles
This is what
of-
happens
That's
to women
misogyny,
in
bro.
conversations about the patriarchy. Every time there is a conversation and we are fighting for women's rights, it immediately turns to a conversation about trans people. And that is why I like to remove that discourse from conversations about the patriarchy, because at the end of the day, I feel like men dominate in everything. When we
Yeah,
talk
this
about
sector.
men,
Not everything. When it comes to beauty and femininity, men do not dominate there. Men cannot be women there. They cannot have eggs and, go through menstruation period. So in that really in femininity we lead. But in other things, maybe not. It's because it's a man's world. So they have a lot of things because they've been in control longer than women. But men don't have everything, okay?
talking about men, nobody talks about trans men. Have you noticed this in conversations?
Yes.
Nobody ever brings up trans men in conversations about men's rights. But the minute
We're talking about, the girl. Should she be in a woman's football game? Was it sports game, sports club? In a place where there's another trans woman, should she continue playing in the same team? Why are we going to other topics?
need to talk about women, immediately we are talking about trans women, and everybody starts to forget that there is someone that is even less advantaged in regards to the way the society places us on pedestals or on the ladder of hierarchy.
It's similar to the situation of when we talk about rape with women, then men rape situation just
Exactly.
begins to take
So
over.
why
We need to be
why you
able
Yeah, it's called whataboutism. It's like, what about us? What about them? What about? Meanwhile, we're diverging from the situation at hand and dealing with whatabouts instead of the main issue, the main menu.
Your tent, are you outside or you're inside? I'm trying to understand.
We need to be able to protect women and their needs and their rights, but also be able to protect trans people or trans women.
We're moving on to
Yeah, they should be protected in their own space where they're safe and comfortable.
level 4. Everyone, please put on your blindfolds. Chineye's best friend is finally happy after years of suicidal depression and also just gave birth recently. Chineye discovers her best friend's husband is cheating on her. Exposing the cheating will likely destroy her marriage and emotionally damage a fragile friend who's just recovering. Should
Wait, let me read this again because I was out like a light. Okay, do that again. Start again.
Everyone, after years, our best friend's husband is cheating on her. Exposing the cheating will likely destroy a marriage and emotionally damage a fragile friend who's just recovering. Should Chineye A tell her friend the truth and she most likely goes back into suicidal depression? Or B, keep quiet for a while to protect her best friend's newly found peace?
Okay, let's start with my opinion. In my opinion, it's not her business. So she should keep her mouth shut. Yeah, it's not her business. She's just from having a suicide. I can't say those words. You know, no, girl, no. You've had enough. Go rest. None of your business.
If you're going for option A, you take a huge step forward on the count of 3. If you're going for option B, you stay behind the line. In 3, 2, 1, move. Everyone, please take off your blindfolds.
You're a true friend. You must be willing to have difficult conversations with your friend, not just when it is palatable. And so,
but I can't pour from an empty cup. I can't be empty, coming from an empty place, then stop. No, girl, sorry.
It is the responsibility of a friend to tell his or her friend the truth, irrespective of the circumstances, because the truth is the truth.
First of all, they said the friend was suicidal, just had a baby. So I'm also thinking like postpartum stuff. I just feel like it's such a fragile moment.
Wait, is the friend having depression or is she having depression? Don't be confusing, girl. Chineye's friend's finally happy after years. It's the best friend. And also just she gave birth. No, don't say nothing. Is cheating? No. Okay, got it. Don't say nothing, Chineye. Shut it.
She tells her later, it's still going on.
Like, you can be praying for the friend just for her mental health. I'm not saying that she should or should not stay.
For a while, the
strong enough to listen to such a discussion.
Okay, I feel like she should tell her because either she tells her now or she tells her later.
Why does it have to be on her? She has gone through so much. She has a baby. She's years. No.
Still going to affect her. I feel like she should just feel all the emotions at once and just move on with it.
I think in every decision we make generally in life, we should be very logical. Speaking to the facts of the case, she was suicidal and it's also said she just...
Thank you, sir.
Gave birth. I am not a woman. I really do not understand postpartum, how it works.
Imagine, from one depression to another depression.
But from the little I have seen, it's very, very weighing. It takes a lot from the woman. Like, that alone is trauma that she's already going through. And as a friend, you really need to like ask yourself questions like, what is my reason for doing these things? Do I want the good for my friend?
Or am I just being minding other people's business, being a gossip? Because what will it serve me? Let them solve the whole issue, I beg.
I just want to see her in shambles. In my opinion, I still think you can meet your friend's husband and have a conversation like, I will meet you generally.
Meet who? No.
I'll tell you, guy, this nonsense what you did do. See this thing, like, stop. Like, there are different other measures than putting that woman in a place that takes her a million step back from the healing she's trying to get.
And she has got it. I'm not meeting anyone. Beg.
10 years, there have been a lot of conversations about what the mental health of women in postpartum looks like. But we also forget that after childbirth, that a woman's body is fully a healing wound. And we also forget that statistics have shown that women still give themselves to their husbands for pleasure, even before 2 weeks after postpartum.
Yeah, like Matipa did to Jonas. Your mouth works though. Oh no.
Is done. So what we are talking about is, yes, you're saving her from the possibility of going back to her depression in the beginning, but you're not talking about her susceptibility to diseases, which could and always comes from cheating. We know so many women that died from their husbands cheating.
Wait, her husband is cheating, so oh, the girl who gave birth, the husband is cheating. What is? Did I hear everything wrong? My goodness. She's been cheated on and she gave birth and she's from depression. You're lying.
Because I know something and I want to wait does not mean that I can then control when my friend decides
I'm going with my first narrative. I don't care.
to have sex with her husband. And because of that, I will be telling her, because if she dies, then she leaves a child behind. And that's even worse. Because I've been depressed before, I do know that when you walk out of depression, it doesn't take a snap of a finger to go back. Like, I know that for a fact.
So why I'm not going to tell my friend, like the prompt says, I will stay for a while. I'm not entirely concealing the truth from her. If we are going to take my friend's mental health very seriously, she's suicidal. She has depression, postpartum depression. She just gave birth. All of this combined for one person is too much for me to now meet you. And I feel like at that point...
Oh, the friend is the one who's supposed to tell her that her man is cheating? Oh, you. Is she being spiritually attacked? This psychological warfare. Yeah, that's a lot. I thought the friend you.
I want to tell you that Afa, I saw Chukuma cheating on you. It's very...
Then the friend should shut her. Oh, don't say nothing, girl.
Sensitive of me as a human being. So I would not want my friend to die because of a man. So I'm surprised that you said that you know how it is easy for you to go back into depression, but you still tell your friend,
No,
knowing that she's back.
Some things you have to bear for your friend. Some burdens, just bear a little for your friend. No. If you pull her through another, walking through the valley of the shadow of death, no.
Battling with all of these things to make her go back into depression.
The point I was making is that you don't just snap back into depression. You could move back into sadness, but snapping back into depression is not as common as people think.
Okay, psychologist, tell us.
Depression is a deep place where you feel like you can't see the light to move out of it. Sadness is it's not just sadness, but it's sadness. You're sad.
Sadness is temporary. Depression is kind of longer. It's like 1 to 3 months.
Something has happened to trigger you and now you're sad.
I think you are.
I mean, you have bad mood for like 1 to 3 months. Or is it 2 weeks? I don't know.
Psychologist and saying it could just lead her back to sadness. It could lead her back to suicidal. So that's what
it could lead her back to being suicidal.
That means it's something that
she could either die from the suicide or she could die from an STI. Either way.
Why is this one person going through a lot? Isn't she favored? I beg, she should be praying. No.
Also, like, acknowledge the fact that there's some truths that are not yours to tell. Like, what are the possibilities that the woman herself is even aware and she's just like managing it very well?
Again, you're coming with different
yeah, maybe that's the thing that's making her depressed. And then you're over there like, hey, friend, I'm going to make you more depressed. So, your husband, he's like, no.
And that's okay. After telling her, because a lot of things that women think about before they tell someone that their husbands are cheating is that they don't want to lose the person as a friend, because usually if you are the truth teller, the possibility that the friendship will end is very high.
Carry the burden for your friend. Be a good Samaritan for once. You just don't have to pile it on her just because you're being a good friend. Some things need timing. You have to be meticulous about some stuff. You need to read the room.
About me is that I am okay with being the friend you rejected because I told you the truth.
You guys said that you wait for a while. That's
yes.
That's the same thing I said in the second prompt, right? You wait for a while, and
No. Those are two different things. This one was being manhandled by the husband, and you wanted her to stay there and be patient, being whooped so that she can get some money to save her man. This one just went through depression, and the friend needs to tell her that the husband is cheating. She can keep quiet. It's not an emergency, okay? No ambulance over here. Chill with your secret, okay, girl?
To be about
no. No, it's the same logic, because waiting for a while, she can be exposed to STIs. She can be exposed to HIV and AIDS.
Cheating are not to the same thing. Like
what? She can be okay. She can chill. That I don't know.
don't have to be your teacher.
Abuse, but it's not like physical abuse.
What I don't know, don't kill me. I don't know if you get HIV and AIDS. Just
not the same thing.
Right?
Yeah, it's a form of abuse.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
abuse and
waiting for a while, there are a lot of things that could happen for a cheating man, a man that is cheating on his wife, even when they have a child.
We are sounding as if we're saying, don't tell her. Like,
people who are
understand our point. Tell her later.
Sometimes their loved ones say, oh, yesterday this person was happy. 2 weeks ago, this person was happy.
I'm standing on, it's better to tell her than waiting for a while, because you expect the same level of accountability from your friend.
And it's not even a matter of suicide. Let's think about the fact that the woman will not be able to even do anything at that point. You expect the same level of accountability for your
You'll not make noise at this point. Let's move on.
Period that you're waiting to tell me, I could find out. Yes. If I'm still going to come in, I can.
Okay, ring around the roses.
On your blindfolds. I've advised that.
Okay, start.
Best friend is getting everyone. Please put on your blindfolds. Our best friend is getting married to a misogynist that our has advised her against multiple times. She keeps saying she will change him. Our best friend now says she wants Awa to be a bridesmaid in a wedding with this misogynist. Should Awa A show up for the wedding, be a bridesmaid, and get along? Or should Awa B decline her best friend's request to be the bridesmaid and not show up for the wedding? If you're going option A, on the count of 3, you...
Wait, my opinion first. She should show up for the wedding, eat the food, dance, get the champagne and go home. That's not her marriage. she's free, you know. She's guest. I'll go there looking good, like, friend, you get invited. We're partying today, and then I'm gonna go home while you go to your honeymoon and dance with your misogynistic man, because that's not my marriage.
Take a huge step forward across the line. If you're going with option B, you stay right where you are. In 3, 2, 1, move.
Okay, so Awaz has advised her friend severally. She has warned her against getting married to this misogynistic man. So she has played her part, and posterity will always be on her side for it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Matter of fact, let me find something for you. She has done her part. You know, as it is written, even in the Bible, you should warn your brothers. That's your only part that you have to do. Okay, after I've warned my brother, I'm going to my brother's wedding and eating some damn food. Take care.
Right, so our responsibility is just to show up for the wedding, and that's fine. I've done my part. She's done her part. I've advised you. At the end of the day, now you go do it in your mind.
I beg. Am I the one to stop you from doing what you gotta do to survive? No, girl. You go to your boo, your misogynistic boo, and I'ma be here and drink some champagne and party tonight at your expense. Take care.
Situation comes in and you start experiencing all of those misogynistic happenings, and then you call me. I will remind you.
Yeah, I agree with what you said.
Don't remind her now. Just be a leaning shoulder. Just don't say nothing. Just be like,
I feel like when it comes to tolerance and loved ones, sometimes we don't always agree with what.
Shout out to the people in the live.
our loved ones believe in, but it doesn't mean we should just like cut them off. We can still love people. It doesn't mean that we're supporting whatever it is that they choose to do, because I feel like that person is more at risk for whatever danger that you think that they are going to face. Because when people are dealing with like abusers or stuff like that, abusers use isolation to control people. And I feel like if you are
Well, they're going to do the wedding, so, and I've warned her, and I mean, I've tried to bring in the books and told her everything that I know about, the isolate and everything that I know. What more can I do? Dang.
really being an ally of the person, then just make sure that they know they always have you and just show up.
Okay, if the man has shown over and over again that he's misogynistic, I would not participate in the tomfoolery that they call their wedding. I will not be there. If you're
Hey, thank God for your self-respect. To me, my mind is on the food.
one is slapping, what's supposed to be that he will not slap me on the wedding day? So it's already a known fact.
No, I go stop, child, stop. They're not thinking about you, child.
That this man is not someone you should be marrying, and you are thinking that you are going to change. Let me tell you something for instance. You cannot change a man. That exceptionalism that every woman needs to go through is not going to be different with you. It might be different for a while, but your own turn is coming, and your own might be worse.
Yeah, we agree with that for
Yeah,
sure.
we agree with that.
Yes,
That's not
what I'm saying. So for you, for my friends now be thinking that I would
Yeah, she was debating the wrong.
change him. I will change. No, I'm not there. You will go alone. Whatever I see, you will see it alone. Me, I support women, but not to the detriment of my own well-being.
I will
But, okay. I guess you're making a point. Then this will be about you. Oh, she didn't come to the wedding. And then the girl will be like, oh, she'll start thinking like, girlfriend or something, and you're trying to make. And then okay, maybe you don't want to please her. I don't know. I will be going though, okay? I'll be looking for a dress. Matter of fact, when is the wedding? So that I RSVP.
not go for the wedding. I mean, I've told a friend of mine before because she had a cheating partner. I told her that if you eventually marry this guy, me, I won't come.
This one is about misogynistic, not cheating though. It's a different situation. But anyway, let's just put in your friends in, no problem.
Why? I think sometimes we need to simplify the meaning of this word. What is misogyny? Misogyny is hate or prejudice against women. If you are
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
willing to marry a man that hates you, like he hates women.
No, he doesn't hate. It's prejudice. Think it's a different feeling. But go off, go.
Obviously, he hates you. Why would you think that you're going to change the man? I think that thinking that you are special, he loves me, he treats me better than every other person is what makes some women stay in abusive relationship.
But are you gonna go to the wedding though?
Over time, open WhatsApp group and then start praying for their husbands, which me, I don't see. So me, I would not go for the wedding. I will stream it
I know the other ones will so late though.
online and I will be praying for you that God do not allow you to die, but I will not reach
I'll be praying for you in the wedding if you invite me.
there. Because I can't waste my money to buy a Ashrebi.
First of all, I think there is something to be said for a woman that befriends someone that would date a misogynist. I think that is very worrisome to start with. But
Maybe they don't know what misogynist is. I think 80% of people don't even know the word. They just hear misogynist. Should we Google that?
also, women end up with people that align with their values at different points
Thank you.
in their lives.
If she likes the misogynoir, who I can't yak you, yeah. Like, go off, go.
Example, when they catch a man that defrauded people and was funding a certain lifestyle for his wife and his family, the very common theme there is that the FBI always tries to indict the woman as well. And the reason is that if you were not so comfortable with the possibility of doing anything to make money, you would have questioned your husband and at some point figured out what was going on. If you're with a man that hates women, you do agree with his values. Something about you makes
In some way, psychologically, you do agree, on a cell level because you attract who you are.
okays those values for you. And that simply means we do not align them. First of all, we can't even be friends. And the minute I realize that you're going to marry someone that is misogynistic,
You don't know people's intentions, so maybe you can be friends and you don't know.
for me, that ends our friendship. And we also think that attending something doesn't mean supporting it. If you say, I don't support this union, you attending it is giving your support. And I refuse to do that.
So generally for me, I have a mantra that I stand by and I always tell my girls. And the mantra is, it's a bad thing to be a pick-me-sha. It's worse to be friends with a pick-me-sha.
I guess we're not going to the wedding there. Should I take back my dress there? No food. Okay.
Survival of that relationship is going to be on the gossip of you yourself, who is the feminist in that situation. Don't put yourself inside a place where they do not respect or tolerate you. Like, this is a misogynistic person. That woman herself, she's a pick-me-sha. And what are the traits of a pick-me-sha? She's going to be a misogynist herself if she was to be a man. So you go say, what is the friendship? Why am I even being friends with somebody that is going to go and get married to somebody that is already a misogynist? Misogyny is not something that is in bypassing. Misogyny is something that actively exists in our society. Don't be a party to giving it life.
So I feel like we are taken away from the assumption already, right? The prompt says she is already her best friend. You can't change.
Remind them again because they have forgotten.
If you, she's
How did
already
we
your
take away?
best
How
friend.
did we take away from the prompts?
From what she said, she already spoke about that. Personally, I'm not going to be partial to somebody that is misogynist. I'm not going to be friends in first place.
How did it take away that they are no longer best friends? How?
But her choice in a partner is what would change the status of our friendship.
We
So
will
it
change,
goes,
so you no longer be a best friend because
yes,
of
it
the
goes
choice
in
that she
line with
made.
the question.
So can you say that it
or
did
the
not take
op-
away
it
from the
goes in
prompt?
line
So know
with
what
the-
you are
with the
saying.
option.
So basically, like what I'm trying to say is that you guys are saying that your attendance of her wedding means that you are supporting the misogynistic
Yes, it
views.
does.
That's what it means. Even after the prompt says that you've warned her severally and she has refused to listen. You can't do anything to cancel the marriage. You want to scatter the marriage.
I
you
will
want to cancel-
leave. That's what I'm carrying
what saying,
myself
like,
away.
So
I'm
here-
carrying myself
here's the thing, like,
away.
I am saying I will not bless a marriage that will
I don't
eventually
believe
kill
in.
you.
Exactly. You see, people see this is why I say I don't believe.
When you start shouting, I go. So, yeah, guys, that was me watching Cruise. That was fun. I think it was a masterful. Anyway, hope you like the video and y'all tell me what you feel. And don't be bringing your complaints at the tire for your wahala. I beg, let me rest. Let me rest. Anyway, God bless you and bye.